Why do we remember embarrassing moments so vividly but forget what we learned last week? Last week? Lucky if it makes it 5 minutes before I forgot. That's how surviving works. Good things are good, but usually not dangerous, and there's the catch. This is how I remember it. We have a short-term memory module and long-term memory storage. Everything you experience goes into short-term memory. A different brain process evaluates the stuff in there and decides what is important and how to tag it for retrieval later. One of the bigger criteria for determining if a memory is important is if there is any emotion tied to the memory. The stronger the emotion, the more important the memory. So if you look up an address long enough to add it to your mapping app, there's no emotion tied to the address, and it's likely not to be added to long-term memory. But if you trip and fall right as you walk on stage during a high school play, you'll remember how the prop you were holding will bounce as it leaves your hands, and whose foot tripped you for the rest of your life. There are other criteria used to determine what gets transferred from short-term to long-term, but emotion explains why embarrassing moments are almost always stored. That's the worst, but mostly likely because it causes some mild trauma. Brain is wired to sense danger. 3 years ago I told a guy to have a good work instead of day, so that just lives in my head now. The amygdala, found in the brain's temporal lobe, gives emotional significance to memories. Strong emotions, like shame, guilt, and love, enhance memory recall. This may have evolved to help individuals adapt their behavior in social groups. Imprints from profound emotion. My head is full of all sorts of bad shit from my past and hardly have any good memories. I remember shit that went down in grade school. I'm now 46. Hate it. As the emotional aspect of an evening increases, the likelihood of remembering it also increases. Hence PTSD,